Artistic director and founder of Battery Dance Company. We're in our 35th year, and we've been working in 40 countries around the world. I wanted to address an earlier point that the moderator brought up about how can the arts and culture affect peace. We had the wonderful experience of working with Israeli and Palestinian youth last month in Germany, and saw that dance, more than words, more than any kind of words, could bring students together, and in 3 days they made pieces of choreography, which they performed with great authority. This evening in Kinshasa, DRC, one of our teaching artists will conversation, how can arts groups, artists who are burning with the desire to make their art relevant socially, how can UNESCO assist the arts community in doing the work that we want to do?
About this conference, I was really surprised that there was such an emphasis on youth and youth involvement. I was really happy to see that there was kind of a lot of emphasis on how to bring world education into schools and colleges all around the country. I was really taken by the youth induction video that was shown about Uganda and how the youth there is being trained to fight in civil wars, and how they're kind of taking those children out of that environment and turning it around and educating them. There was one speaker that gave a personal anecdote about, was it Peru and Guatemala? Yeah. She gave a personal anecdote about how she was Guatemalan and how she was raised to hate Peruvians because of a conflict over territory. And she said that for years and years they were at war over this boundary issue, so she moved away to a different country. And finally, they were able to settle because what ended up happening is Peru owned the territory that they were fighting over and leased it to Guatemala for life. And it ended up being this peaceful solution. And she kind of used that to apply to the rest of the world and, territory conflicts everywhere else. And I thought it was kind of a moving piece because, it can be applied to a lot of different situations around the world. The Tibet dispute. There was one speaker that said that more women should be involved because women are more peaceful and everything like that. And, at first I thought that, wow, what a good point, women involvement is really important. And then another speaker, who was actually a woman, spoke out and said, no, you're wrong. People need to be more peaceful in general. And I thought that was a really good point because we shouldn't be kind of directing attention on who should be the peaceful leaders, but just that everyone should be more involved in this unity of different states. Throughout history, we've learned that it's always really important to have a mediator in different situations, and the UN is a really great mediator for different border conflicts and providing insight that is not biased. And I'd also be interested in learning how to kind of bring UNESCO, bring the UN to different schools around, because I know that in my high school and my college, we have to take many basic classes, none of which are focused on world education. It's math, science, English, American history, different things like that. But if there was more emphasis on world education and peaceful relations, I feel that our youth would grow up with more of a kind of whole sense of nationality, like world nationality. I definitely know that I would love to bring this type of literature to my peers. I would love to be more involved in different programs like this. It's always been a dream of mine to join the Peace Corps after college, and this is kind of just motivating me more to do that, because the more you learn about what's going on in the world, the more you realize that you don't know anything about what's going on in the world.